So please describe to me what the aesthetic look is exactly.
Well, like this guy here.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and bring
Oh wow, you really have to come in here?
like this guy here.
Is this
No,
is this really happening? He met the other guy behind you, bro. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm right into that bad boy.
You can stay right there, behind the camera, behind the camera. No, see now you got me jealous now.
That's okay.
That's not
no,
fair.
but you're more in the category like Luther Richter, Arnold, okay?
My man. Yeah. Arnold Ferrigno. Huh?
Okay.
Aesthetic. That's great, partner. You two ever go out place everything in its proper place?
That does not make sense, but we usually do go, we head to Kroger's and we work.
Yeah. I've got a lady waiting for me back home also. She has the most beautiful scrotum. Oh, God. And when she sings, she sounds just like a puppy dog. How do you nail a photo?
Just gotta get in the mode. You gotta talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes. You
Okay,
gotta
so
have the eyes.
can you show me a little bit of something, like to this camera? I would love to know how to do this. I just want to know.
Well,
How
I
do you do it?
mean,
Teach
the
me
smile,
something.
You can get the sexy eyes. Then you know you gotta get the smile. Smile going on some shoes, but you know,
Wait, hold up.
you got.
I gotta
when
try
it's
this.
time,
with
when,
you.
it, when it's
Hold
time
on.
to laugh,
I gotta try this
you gotta
with
think
you.
of something funny and start laughing.
Do it again. Do it again. How do you do it? Teach me.
Sexy eyes.
The sexy eye.
This is sexy eyes right here.
Smizing?
Smile.
So you're smizing.
Smile.
Okay.
And then you gotta get the.
No,
the
I look like
acne.
I need to take a poop or something.
Sorry.
Wish words were like little toy guns. No sting, no hurt, no one, just a bang, bang. Right?
Is that it?
Yeah, it's something like that. Just a bang,
Toy
bang,
guns.
rolling off your tongue.
Toy guns.
It's no smoke, no
Bang, bang.
bullets.
Water guns. All right. What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well out there, man. This is the first time for me here. Wow, there we go. What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are well out here. Okay, like I said, I'm trying out a brand new streaming thing, so just bear with me. I'm still working out all the kinks, still trying to figure out how all this stuff, how this whole thing works and everything. But I appreciate you guys all coming in and tuning in. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me, right? I just want to make sure you guys can actually hear me. So give me a thumbs up or a number one or a yeah, we can hear you, so on and so forth. Because like I said, I'm still trying to figure out this new rig. Okay, so you guys can hear me. That's good. I got T in the house, but I'm still trying to see if he's on here or not. Now, here's the thing. This is something new, y'all. This is something new. Something I've never done before. Okay? Something I've never, ever done before, which is on this streaming site, okay? On this streaming rig, okay? First time ever doing a live video chat, kind of like a panel, a forum with all y'all, okay? So I just wanted to give you guys I wanted to hear from you guys. I want to have an open discussion with all y'all, a conversation with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my boy, let me see. My boy T is in the house. What's up, man? You know what I'm saying? He's here, right here, live in full effect. What's good, man? Can you hear me?
I can't hear you, bro.
Okay, you can hear me?
It's all good.
Yay. Okay, like I said, I just dived into this rig, into this live streaming thing. So this is a very, very new thing for me. So bear with me. We're still working through the kinks, as I said before. But today's going to be a little bit different, as I said before. Today's going to be a little bit different. You might be asking, what? I'm just going to repeat it because I know I've said it this morning, but I'm going to say it again right now. Here it is. I'm going to open up the video chat lines so that we can talk together. Okay? Now, here's the thing. Couple heads up. All right. I'm only going to have a few people on at a time. All right. Because I don't want to get it too overwhelming. I don't want it to be too busy. I don't want it to get too chaotic. Okay. The other thing is here's the thing. Any ridiculous, rude comments live on video, you will be kicked off immediately. Okay. So keep it classy. All right. That's all I ask. All right. Now, there's the other thing. I know a lot of you guys might be going, I don't know if I'm really wanting to be on camera. Now, here's the thing. You can easily you don't have to turn on your camera. You could just use audio and just talk into the show. So I just want you to know that too. So you could do a bona fide, glorified phone call, all right, through this thing. You just have your icon up here, and then we chop it up with you, okay? So I just wanted to give you guys a fair heads up of what you're walking into, what to expect, and all of that good stuff. I do have a few things I'm just trying to fix on the back end here because, like I said, this is the first time I've ever done something like this before in my damn life, which is very exciting, but I'm still trying to figure a few things out. So give me 2 seconds here, and we will be doing this thing with the quickness. 1 second. Because, of course, I can't give you guys just an okay, type of thing. You know what I mean? I got to give you guys I got to give you guys a little something. You know what I'm saying? So let me just get this thing on and popping. And then hopefully we should be Gucci. Oops, we should be Gucci up in this piece. What? Hold on. How the heck do I do this? This is ridiculous. Hold on. What? Jeez. Okay. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure this whole thing out with everything. You know what I'm saying? And there you go. Here's a little bit of something. Okay. So that you guys can see what's going on here. Sorry about that. Trying to work these things out. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to give you guys the link. Whoops. Wrong thing. I'm going to give you guys the link here so that you guys can come on and jump on and be a part of the conversation. So here is the link. It'll be in the chat right now as we speak. Now, all I ask, like I said, you guys, it's going to be one by one kind of conversation. You know, we got to talk about a bunch of different things. There's a bunch of things going on right now as we are already, you know, things are unfolding as stories are starting to unfold. And one of the things that we definitely need to chat about is this new information. Well, we talked about it this morning, but I didn't know if it was actually true or not. You see what I'm saying? So now we have to talk about it because it has officially come out that Simone Biles is stepping down. Talk about it because it is stepping down. I don't know what that was, but is stepping down due to mental health. We got a clip here. Shout out to Lady Justice for putting this up on Discord. We got to share it. So let's talk about it. Oh, there we go.
No injury, thankfully, and that's why I took a step back because I didn't want to do something silly out there and get injured. So I thought it was best if these girls took over and did the rest of the job, which they absolutely did. They're Olympic silver medalists now, and they should be really proud of themselves for how well they did last minute having to go in. And it's been really stressful, this Olympic Games. I think just as a whole, not having an audience, there are a lot of different variables going into it. It's been a long week. It's been a long Olympic process. It's been a long year. So just a lot of different variables, and I think we're just a little bit too stressed out, but we should be out here having fun, and sometimes that's not the case.
Yes, please.
I just felt like it would be a little bit better to take a back seat, work on my mindfulness, and I knew that the girls would do an absolutely great job, and I didn't want to risk the team a medal for kind of my screw-ups because they've worked way too hard for that. So I just decided that those girls need to go in and do the rest of the competition. So
The question.
Now, the thing is, you know, this obviously goes a little bit further, but obviously you could tell, you could see it in her face, you could hear it in her voice. She obviously didn't want to step down. She obviously didn't want to go away, but she obviously is feeling some type of way about this information, right? It's terrible. It's not great news for her to have to step down due to not feeling mentally stable. Now, I got to ask you guys how you feel about this, you know, because I know that there's opposing ideas, there's opposing thoughts out there floating around. We do have somebody who just jumped on. I'm going to add her to the stream. What's up, Madeline Reed? What's up, sweetheart? How you doing?
Hey, Pascal. How are you?
I am very, very good. Thank you so much for coming on and speaking on it. What's on your mind?
I'm totally being illegal right now. I'm driving. I'm driving home, but I couldn't miss the show. Hey, T. I really think it was very big of her, Simone Biles, to.
Hey.
You think it was really big of her, Simone Biles, to do what exactly?
To step down and just, I guess, step out, if you will. that's a big deal, and I totally get it. I totally get the anxiety behind it, and I don't blame her for just stepping back, especially with the fact that there's been a lot of racial injustice amongst athletes. I was just listening to this on NPR too. They were discussing the fact that there's always been racial prejudice, obviously, against minorities in the Olympics. And to top it off, she's a female. So she's got a lot of weight on her shoulders representing a whole ass country. And I couldn't even imagine the anxiety that responsibility would bring. So, and with everybody else having to drop out and the whole COVID thing and just some stupid rules, I don't blame her, honestly. I think she's doing the right thing for her.
I obviously I absolutely 110% agree with this. I mean, this all goes down on the whole idea of self-wealth or self-health. Self-health first, always. You know what I mean? Mental health first, always. And God forbid if she just went through the actions and did what she had to do just to get the gold. I feel like that would just destroy her even more. Or actually, maybe her performances would be that much more lackluster due to what she's dealing with. You know what I mean? I'd rather her go sit down, chill out, talk to a professional, find some help, some mental stability within herself, and come back in 4 years, and then go and kick some ass. That's what I think. Absolutely, Madeline. By the way, Madeline, what is your screen name? Because
Madeline Reed. I'm a member.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. You know what I mean? Thank you for jumping on. Don't die, okay? Because I'm
almost home.
You're doing crazy stuff right now. But I'm gonna add.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna add Lady Justice into the house. What's up, girl? How you doing?
Lady Justice, what's up?
Yes. Oh, 1 second. I'm sorry. I got to mute one so I can unmute the other. Apparently, can't unmute guest because. Oh, okay. You muted yourself, Lady Justice. So you're gonna have to unmute yourself. That's what's going on. Oh, she's gone. She's gone, but she'll be back.
She's gone.
She'll be back. She'll be back. Don't worry. But anyway, guys, like I said, this whole situation that's going on, it's an open discussion. It's an open forum. So the link is in.
Wrong button, right?
Right. I'm kidding. The link is in the chat right now. I'll throw it in one more time. Hopefully, my mods, my amazing family, my amazing mods will be able to share it. For those of y'all who are interested in jumping on, please jump on. Lady Justice is in the house. What's up, girl? How you doing, sweetheart?
There she is.
Hey, Pascal. Hey, Madeline. Hey, T. How are y'all?
Hey.
Great.
Hey. I need to do this more often. I mean, I'm still working this thing out. Like it's very simple, but I gotta, I'm still figuring it out.
Hola.
It's pretty damn dope. And I think T is on a little bit of a delay. I think that's what's going on. It's on a little bit of delay. But
10 seconds later, a response.
Exactly. It's okay. So, Breon, what are your thoughts on this whole situation?
See, there it is.
Like a mug.
What thoughts don't I have? So I used to do gymnastics, so I'm a former gymnast. And so I have a lot. So first I want to start with people who have politicized this. I have been watching commentary from people who are on the left, people who are on the right about this, and it's interesting how polarizing her decision has made individuals. And quite frankly, I understand that people are frustrated. I understand that people are disappointed. But at the end of the day, if you've been following Simone Biles' career like the way I follow gymnastics, like this was coming. The moment that they undervalued the Biles off of the beam, which was her double-double off of the beam, she started to kind of go downhill. And then she performed more recently her Yurchenko double pike, which if she performs it in any of the other, she chooses to do the all around or the vault, that would be named after her. So it would be another vault, I believe, a second vault named after her. They had undervalued that as well. It's like everything she does to advance gymnastics, they have set her back by undervaluing her score. And they don't talk about other things like, for example, the Prude Nova vault, which is pretty much 3 rotations forward. They don't talk about that being dangerous, but yet gymnasts were attempting it all throughout Rio and barely landing it, or landing it in the squat position like they were about to take a dump. Like it was just very dangerous. And so I feel like if anyone's been watching Simone Biles, I felt like I've seen her light kind of dim. But not only that, for her, she's also mentioned she's had an ankle injury. She's also mentioned how this year has been wearing on her more because it's been 5 years to prepare for the Olympics when she was ready at 4 years to have to push herself another year. Women typically when they're 20, 21, that's when they're thinking about retiring from this sport. But not only that, I have concerns with people, calling her un-American or making her the poster child for mental health, instead of looking at her decision as a risk decision, a mental block. So we're not just talking about mental health and not being able to focus. We're talking about a mental block where your mind and body do not connect, right? And in gymnastics, that is a very, very dangerous thing to happen. If your body is not doing what your mind believes it can do or should do, like you could watch that vault in slow motion and see where she just totally broke. She broke mid vault and just couldn't rotate anymore. Had she tried to force it, she could have ended up seriously injured. And I think that people are not looking at how gymnastics can be deadly when you have a mental block the way she has expressed that she had. And I know that when I was in gymnastics, our coaches told us, they're like, if you are not mentally prepared for a vault, a tumbling pass, a bar routine, a beam routine, don't force yourself, because you could far injure yourself more. There's a difference between pushing yourself past hurt and tired and building resiliency, but it's another thing to push yourself when your body is not cooperating. And that's how there was a Russian gymnast a long time ago. That's how she ended up. She was doing the Thomas Salto, which was, I believe, like a forward flip into like a front tumble, like a tuck, like you actually tucked onto the ground. And she landed on her neck and snapped her neck and ended up paralyzed, and later in life died from complications of paralysis. So I think it's important that we recognize how dangerous gymnastics can be, and when you're not in a healthy state of mind where you have a block, not just you can't focus, but you have a block and your body's not cooperating, how she saved probably her life and made the healthiest decision for herself. And lastly, she would have been a damned if you do or damned if you don't. Had she continued and then reduced her performance and didn't do connections, so if she just kind of just flew through the motions, downgraded her routine, her scores would have still been terrible, and the US still would have probably taken second or third, and people would have blamed her for having a bad performance, and that's the reason why USA didn't win the gold. I don't think that this was going to end positively in any direction for her, but I think in the end it ended positively for her because she's not injured. She can take a step back, correct herself, and hopefully if she's ready and she wants to perform in the individual all around and the other individual events, hopefully she can still represent the USA to medal glory. That's just the hope, but mostly my hope is for her just to get healthy.
I mean, yeah, I totally agree. I think that regardless, you're putting yourself on the line. You're making yourself. You're putting yourself. You're putting yourself through just arduous, like physical. I'm losing words today, but just putting yourself on the line. You're pushing yourself physically to the limit, and then suddenly you're out there. You got and there's all this extra pressure because even in the interview, which I want to continue on this little video piece, even in that video, you hear her saying. You hear the other gymnast saying, you could hear it in their voice, like, damn, it sucked that you left. But you know, damn, because we know you're the best. You're the best, and you had to leave. You know, you had to walk away. I want to show you guys this because you know, I did find this very very interesting. So let's take a look at that.
You know, tomorrow that we have a half day, or at least the morning off. So it'll be a good mental rest, and so we'll take it from there.
Here's the next part.
Mental health issues.
Yeah, I say put mental health first, because if you don't, then you're not going to enjoy your sport and you're not going to succeed as much as you want to. So it's okay sometimes to even sit out the big competitions to focus on yourself, because it shows how strong of a competitor and person that you really are, rather than just battle through it.
It was definitely something that was unexpected. We were kind of emotional when we found out that she wasn't going to continue, and you know, we all just had to put our minds in a great position, because at the end of the day, we were just out there to show what we needed to show, and we went up and did what we did, and I'm just very proud that we were able to do that.
So there's like, we're just happy we were able to drag our asses through the rest of this competition and get the silver at least. But there's another piece here, right here.
We ended up doing what we needed to do. Yeah, I'm really proud of everybody for really stepping up. I mean, it's really hard to lose the best in the world. And we definitely felt a little more stressed. But I'm really proud of how we did. And I think we did amazing. We really fought.
Under the circumstances. That's what you hear at the very, very end of that video. But here's the thing. Clearly, she, you know, understandably, all right, totally understandably, you have somebody who is the best that these young athletes were expecting probably to carry most of the weight. And then so that they can just kind of step on the podium, you know what I mean? And raise their hands with the gold around their neck, knowing that Simone Biles was going to be the one doing most of the heavy lifting. Then she, at the very end, near the end, said, I just can't carry everybody anymore. I just can't do it. So she bows out. So I can understand. Don't get me wrong. I totally understand the disappointment, right? I totally understand the disappointment from the rest of the team. But at the same time, it's like, well, that's what a team is all about. When one is weak, or when one steps down, or when one feels like they can't carry this weight, you all come together as a team and carry the rest of the weight. But you can see that they're upset, understandably, kind of surprised, like, what? We're not going to be able to, so we got to do all this work ourselves? Damn, there goes the gold. Damn, there goes the gold. You know what I mean? Madeline, what are your thoughts on this? What do you think?
I could just hear a bunch of the older folks complaining about them and their lack of ability to cope with a stressful situation. I could just hear it now. Oh, they're just in their feelings. Oh, they're being too sensitive. Oh, back in my day, blah, blah, blah. You know, the usual thing that them boomers like to say. But what we all forget to realize, especially lately, because everybody's able to talk about everything so widespread, is that we grew up different from the people behind us and the people ahead of us. So we can't understand the experience of people who grew up before us, nor can we really understand the way people are growing up after us. It's just, that's just how it is. We can't understand it. So I could just, like I said, I could just hear them now complaining about the fact that they don't have well, no, because I've said this a million times in the comments, in countless videos, that, you know, these younger kids have basically been raised by technology. And I'm not faulting them for that. You can't fault them for that, because that's not their choice. They didn't know about technology when they came out of their moms, did they? No. You know? So because of the fact that their parents found an easy out for babysitting when they're trying to work, which I honestly do not fault the parents too far for that, because especially right now, you have a situation where you have to work from home and your kids over there screaming their head off, and it's like too much. Or there's plenty of people that can't afford babysitters, so they're having to run to work, run to the babysitters, run to school, run to their next job, run to their other job, and they got they got kids, and their spouse is gone, and they have no help, they have no families, whatever. Big spiel. But at the end of the day, they're doing what they need to do. We need to start caring for ourselves instead of allowing the rest of the world dictate how important we are and what we're doing and how we do it. If somebody else can do it, great. Me, I'm about to go have a panic attack, so I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Right.
I know I'm rambling. I'm sorry.
No, you're not rambling at all. I mean, you're making good points here. But of course, I want to throw to T and hear his thoughts on this too. So speak on it, bro. What do you think? What are your thoughts on this story?
I'm a big advocate of mental health and self-care. And it's something that I didn't grow up learned about at all. It was almost like toughen up, man up.
What?
But now I have to. What's that?
Sorry, my things are losing his mind. Go ahead.
But the last 5+ years, I've learned more about the therapeutic side of things, especially in my profession. And I've applied it to my life personally as well. So one thing I've learned is about balance and about just being human. And there's no way that I, as a man, can take care of anybody at my job or in my household if my own personal emotional tank is not filled. And in the past, I would just do everything burnt out. And that's when you get people, not really being consistent, and people being, vulnerable to others in a way where you may see their rough or their bad side come out because they're so burnt out and they're multitasking and there's no balance. Everyone's dependent on that one person.
Sorry about that.
It's all good.
What the hell? What's going on? Hold up. What in the hell? I'm sorry about that. Continue, T.
Big brother and the baby working hand in hand together, I see, right?
And I'm still trying to figure this ish out, man. I'm sorry, baby. Okay.
It's all good. It's all good.
All right.
So it's really important. I know I had to make those changes in my life and be proactive about it. And Simone, she's learning that now. Like she is the leader of her team, and she is expected to do certain things, and she's performed really well, not only this year but also in her prior Olympics as well. But I think Madeline said, if I'm not mistaken, it's a team effort, and someone has to step up and take her spot. Everybody has to do their part. Everybody. So if she got hurt, it would be the same thing. Whoever was her number 2 would be number 1, and that will continue the cycle going. We have to be able to have teams of people who all can help everybody. They always say it takes a village to raise a child. The same thing in sports. Like, you have to have a team to win together. There's no I in team. So her addressing her personal needs, her emotional needs, her mental needs is actually a courageous thing to do. She's very courageous because she could easily just say anything, but she said, listen, this is a personal thing that's happening with me right now, and I have to take care of it myself first. And y'all should appreciate this, and y'all should support me in this no matter what. And I think that they will eventually. Everybody will, publicly speaking, the public, the fans, the fake fans, who knows, but people who actually have a heart and empathy will understand her stance and support her as well.
Oh, I agree completely. I think that it is extremely. I think it's extremely. Well, what she did was a very unselfish thing to do. It was a very sacrificial thing to do as well. She could have pushed through and just tarnished everything. She could have ruined everything. They could have gotten no medals, all because of where she was mentally. Then on top of that, you got to add all the other things, the restrictions, because we can't say certain words on this show, unfortunately. But the restrictions that are going on where there are no crowd, you can't bring your friends and family, you can't do any of those things. And suddenly you got to perform, and you got to outperform the competition that have come from all over the world to be a part of this competition. That's a lot, even more so. All eyes are on her even more because there's nothing else that's distracting them. They're just going to keep staring at this person, and that's it. And that's a terrifying thought. You know what I'm saying? And I could see that being a very frustrating thing to have to deal with. And then on top of that, knowing that you are the GOAT, that you are carrying a team, carrying the team.
Well, and to be honest, you shouldn't have to justify yourself to the extent of fully explaining yourself, and that's just my opinion. She shouldn't have to justify her stepping down. So,
no, I agree with that 110%. She doesn't have to justify not a damn thing, But we live in this world where we're extremely nosy. We're extremely inquisitive. It's extremely polarizing to do any certain thing. So therefore, as soon as she goes and does, the GOAT decides to step down from the Olympics, everyone goes, but why though? What happened to you? Okay, did you sprain your ankle? Did you twist your knee? Did you break your arm? What happened? Of course she has to come out with something, which is unfortunate. She has to come out with some sort of reason why, because honestly, if she just walked off and didn't say anything, I think that would piss off a lot of people. A lot of people, Yeah. Go ahead, Madeline.
Oh, I was just saying she shouldn't have to. She should just give her example or her reason for stepping down and not have to answer any questions after that. Because mental health, I'm a disabled veteran. I served in the Air Force, and there's a lot, depending on what you may be diagnosed with. If you're diagnosed, that certain people just can't handle certain things. And
true.
I'm one of those people who knows that way too well. Like, if you know anything about borderline personality disorder, hey, it's very difficult when you're not a medicated person to function. And the anxiety is extremely high. So, and that's just every day for nothing, no reason, nothing. I look at the couch, holy cow, I got anxiety. She's on the world stage. She should be able to say, oh, I got to step down, take a mental break. I'm fine. Bye-bye. And that's it. She shouldn't have to say anything else.
Yeah.
Thank you, T. Your daughter's so cute, by the way.
and Conrad V said, thank you for your service.
Thank you. Yes, I see. Wow, I can see it. Ooh, I can see it.
Look at that. Yeah, moving up in the world with these technologies and stuff. Look at that. Look at that.
Look at you, Pascal. Moving on up.
Man. I'm trying to make it work. This is hard, man. This is not easy.
I think y'all are killing it. You've been killing it with David and T this whole time.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. You know what I mean?
And Lady Justice when she graces us with her beautiful face.
There it is. You know what I mean? Actually, she's our Simone Biles. She just
she is.
Show up when she wants to.
She throws out all the knowledge,
the damn
all the
mic and walks off the damn stage, and then we're just sitting there going,
whatever
she said. You know what I'm saying?
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
I don't need that pressure, y'all. I might walk off and quit the Pascal show before I'm even paid, before I even make the monies. We don't need that.
Sorry.
I need her. Do you understand? I need her. No.
Mafia, okay? Mafia, you can't leave us.
Oh man. Well, we got to jump into this next story. Of course, we got to go into this. And I'm sorry for it popping up when T was talking. I am so sorry. And of course, the links are still open, y'all. I mean, if you guys are interested in coming on and being a part of the conversation live, like I said, you don't have to be on camera. Let me just say that really quick. You don't have to be on camera. Okay? You can easily just hop on and just use audio only. Okay, so once again, thank you, Lady Justice. Thank you, Breon, for giving them the link. I was just about to drop it again. So don't be shy. You know, we got people like Madeline on here right now, you know, chilling in the cut with us, talking it up and having a grand old time, which is really, really fantastic.
I'd like to hear from the Pioneer. I'd love to hear from Chuck. You know, Kiki.
Oh, I would love that.
A lady.
You know what
Everybody
I mean?
usually has a lot of input. I'd love to see them coming on. I dare you.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you can even just video call in with just audio. You see what I'm saying? So
it's really cool.
It's very simple. It's very easy. I'm going to be doing this a lot more often. You know, I think this is a very cool side of the aspect of the show, being able to bring people on to chop it up and talk about things. And if you have an opposing idea, an opposing opinion, shoot, you can come on and chop it up. It's okay. But we got to jump into this next story or this next piece. We already talked about this earlier, all right, about Dababy. But right now, Dababy is under a lot of fire for the specific homophobic remarks that he made at Rolling Loud this past weekend. I'm going to play the video really quick so you guys can see exactly what he said. Here we go.
Put a hand in the air with a cell phone and turn the fucking light on if you special too.
Oh.
Who the fuck threw that motherfucking?
That is not the part. Hold on.
Okay, let's get the camera.
I thought this is when he got hit with the Adidas. I thought this was the one with the part where he's talking about it. The whole if you don't have HIV or AIDS, a disease that's going to kill you within 2 to 3 weeks, put a cell phone in the air. If your hoo-ha, I'll just use that, your hoo-ha smells like water, put your cell phone in the air. If you ain't S'ing no D's in the parking lot, talking about the dudes, if you all you N-words out there that if you aren't out in the parking lot S and D's, put a cell phone in the air. He got into a lot of trouble over that specific thing. And of course, he's gotten a lot of backlash to the point where, I'll just show this part, to the point where somebody threw an Adidas at his face. Let's play that one more time.
Starting this bitch just like me. If I ain't no better than you, if you just as special as me, put a hand in the air with a cell phone in it and turn the fucking light on. Put a hand in the air with a cell phone in it and turn the fucking light on if you special too. Who the fuck threw that motherfucking busted ass goddamn Adidas?
Well, I love it. I love it because it's everything to me, because it's exactly what he deserves. He deserves that exactly. So the thing is of course, this is what's been going on with Dababy. He's been under a lot of fire for what he has said. He has also gone off and said, I don't really give a damn. He was like, we were out here having a good old time. I don't understand why everybody's tripping.
Because he's tripping. He's living up to his name. That's what it is.
Yep.
Dababy.
Oh, that's funny. That is true. I mean, he most definitely is living up to his name. Real talk. But
look at him. He's literally bowing up to smoke. You know, when you're on stage, you can't see the crowd. Mm-hmm. And if you can, you barely can. He's basically bowing up to a light in his face with smoke in the air. He's bowing up to smoke.
I mean, it's pretty bad. Long story short, it's pretty bad. So the question I wanted to pose to you guys is, and everybody else who's watching, and those who are interested in jumping on, like I said, the link is in the chat. So don't be shy. Jump on in. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this situation. He's kind of like allegedly going to be on the chopping block, the cancel chopping block. It's almost to the point right now where even he is now even where it is people who are fans of Levitating, that song Levitating with Dua Lipa. They're about to do I guess they're doing a new redo of the song or something like that. People are asking Dua Lipa to take him off of the track because of these remarks that he recently said. So he's on the cancel chopping block. So the question is, should he be canceled for those remarks? I'm going to throw it over to Brion. I want to hear your thoughts on this.
Should he be put on the chopping block? I say this: if you don't like him and you don't like his comments, then don't support him. That's
boom.
I mean, that's where I feel like when it comes to cancel culture, I think Pascal, you had said it on, was it the 1950 show the other day, or Mr. 1950, where you said, some people need to lose their jobs. I think it's really hard for some artists to lose their jobs because it's the public that it's their fans that really keep them going. I mean, if their label wants to drop them, then that's the label's decision. But I feel like if people do not like an individual, just stop listening to their music, just stop supporting them, just stop giving money to any endeavors that they might have. I just think that we've gone out of control. Do I like what he said? No. Am I a member of the LGBTQ community? No. If people are offended, then I stand with them. But to try to go out and cancel them, I just think this is getting ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, okay. As far as him being, let's just say, quote unquote canceled, right? As far as that goes, right? I feel like the damage is done, right? I mean, on both sides, right? He is a household name. He is a personality. People know who he is. The damage is already done on that part. You see what I'm saying? Like, so for them to say him getting canceled is kind of BS to me, because let's be real. Like I said, it's not like he's some no-name dude that nobody knows about. Everyone knows who he is. And anytime he comes out with a new track, people are going to be eating that ish up. Let's be real. Because he's Dababy and he's top. He's the top right now, right? He's on top. So it would take a lot for him to suddenly be quote unquote canceled or knocked down. The other thing is too, what Brion just said. If you don't like him, you can always switch off. You can always press forward. You can always click on to that next video. You don't have to pay any attention to what he's doing if you're that offended. Now, what he said is extremely offensive. I completely agree. I completely feel that what he said is absolutely 110% offensive. He didn't need to say any of that ish. Real talk. He didn't need to say any of that, but he did. Now, the funny thing is before I throw it to everybody else, there is another clip where he responds to this backlash. Okay. And we got to talk about it. We got to show it, and we got to talk about it. Let's go.
I'm gonna address this weak ass internet shit one time, and I'm gonna get back to giving my love to my fans.
I love this program.
What me and my fans do at the live show, it don't concern you niggas on the internet or you bitter bitches on the internet. It's not y'all business. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I do at a live show is for the audience at the live show. It'll never translate correctly to somebody looking at a little 5-6 second clip from their goddamn crib on their phone. It just don't work like that. Like, you know, because regardless of what you motherfuckers talking about, how the internet and twisted up my motherfucking words, me and all my fans at the show, the gay ones and the straight ones, we turn the fuck up. I'm talking about my boy that was at the front of the stage, left over there by where I jumped at. Ask him. He got clips all on this shit. The whole night was recording. We would turn the whole night. My boy had the crop top on, front row. Yeah, out there in that jungle, in that water. Yeah, he out there. He's standing on the rail, got them cutting up. He know the words. I saw him. I'm rapping them bitches with him.
Now, can I say something really quick before I continue this video? First off, that was not your crew that you're talking about. You're just talking about a fan out in the audience cutting it up with you, rapping your words and having a good old time. This was not your crew member who happens to be part of the LGBTQ plus community having a grand old time. This was a fan. Okay, so he was claiming a fan was out there having a grand old time, not one of his boys. I just want to continue. And then also the other thing is oh, he got to go and get his batteries. My dear God, my people, it drives me nuts. Why y'all just let the smoke alarm just go beep, beep all day long? Man, come on now. I'm sure you got an assistant or somebody to change that thing out. I digress. Let's continue.
Yeah, the hell y'all talking about? Y'all niggas shut the fuck up. You niggas that ain't at the show. The show is for the niggas who paid the money and took the time out their life to come enjoy the show. Not you motherfuckers watching it on the internet at the crib. No, nigga, just get your tickets and come fuck with the live show killer, gay or straight. Don't let these motherfuckers hell. I say if you don't got AIDS, put a cell phone light up. I say if you ain't suck dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights up. So I could drop my next song. I wasn't going on no rant. That's called a call to action. That's what that's called, because I'm a live performer. I'm the best live performer. I'm the live show killer. You interact with your fans. You get what I'm saying? Look, all the lights went up, gay or straight. You want to know why? Because even my gay fans don't got fucking AIDS, stupid ass niggas. They don't got AIDS. My gay fans, they take care of themselves. They ain't going for that. They ain't no nasty gay niggas. You know what I'm saying? They ain't no junkies. You know what I'm saying? On the street. The hell you talking about, nigga? Then I said, if you ain't suck dick in the Rolling Loud parking lot, put your cell phone light up. You know what my gay fans did?
And then
you don't even have to be gay to get AIDS.
That is also a fact as well. I mean, this is okay. So for me, this is the most ridiculous thing, like the most ridiculous response to something that you did wrong. You spoke out your ass. You said something that offended a large community. Now, I'll say this though too. There's a lot of DJs out here, okay? There's a whole bunch of DJs out here, old school DJs that have done this whole thing where they'll sit there and go, you know, I mean, like if you got a $50 bill, put your hands up. Got a $100 bill, put your hands up. I mean, we all have that thing. You know what I mean? It's old school. It's very, very old school. It's something that but it's something that DJs have been doing for the longest time to just get people hype. And I understand that he's probably saying those things to get people hype, like you healthy out there. You know what I mean? You ain't got no AIDS. Put a cell phone up. Like I get it, but he went too far. He went straight up too far because on some real stuff, there probably were some people in the parking lot, S's and some D's. Let's just be real. And those people are going, hey man, we don't need to talk about that. That ain't nobody's business. You know what I mean? Lady Justin.
So the Pioneer had a really great point about kind of, you know, who he is or his representation. But I think about that, like, why is it, and I'm questioning as a Black woman, why is it that we have a hard time saying, you know, if you out there making the money, you know, throw your hands up. Like we're focused on things like S&Ds and parking lots. And if you ain't got AIDS, like why couldn't it be like if you're just healthy or if you're taking care of yourself or hey, if you got great hygiene? Like we're always focused on sometimes calling out the negatives, like what you ain't instead of what you are. And I feel like when you focus on what you're not, as opposed to what you are, like you set just a really negative tone to be supposedly lifting people up or saying that we're just all here to have a good time. I feel like you've just lost the high ground, the moral high ground in the argument because you weren't promoting positivity in the first place. You were trying to ostracize people if they weren't putting their hands up.
Mm-hmm. And obviously, any person that is infected or is not infected, I mean, or is infected or just got done essing some D's, you know, for a fact that just they're raising their cell phones anyway. I mean, let's be real. You know what I mean? Because, you know, there's a lot of people out here on the DL, and there's a lot of people that are sick with that terrible STD. But at the same time, I really don't think he should have done that response video at all. It does not help his cause at all. He shouldn't have said what he said on both occasions. Now, I know that T.I. has come out to defend him as well, which has also been very ridiculous as well. And I don't have that video, unfortunately, but he has come out to basically say, like, hey, let Dababy say whatever the hell he wants to say. It's not homophobic for him to say what he needs to, for him to say his own opinions or to say something like that. But to me, it comes off as homophobic. I mean, the words that are coming out of his mouth are heavily homophobic. I don't understand, and I don't know where anybody would get the idea that it is that was meant out of like a good time. I just don't see how people would translate what he said as being something that had good intentions. That's just a little bit beyond me. T, thoughts?
I mean, I'm pretty much biased on all this stuff. I can care less about any of these quote unquote artists. My whole stance is the bigger scope is how are they representing the Black community, and how are they influencing the community. So I mean, for the most part, most of it is ignorant. So I mean, whether it's Lil Nas X or it's Lil Wayne or is it the Dababy, it's most of it is just it's going to come out as anything to make money. So I mean, what he said at his live concert, he claims he was just hyping the crowd up and he was vibing with the crowd. I mean, that's his excuse. I mean, I don't really think it's true. I think that he has to be accountable for what he's talking about. He can't just put out there the ignorance of HIV and AIDS, people who are gay. That's like a 1980s stigma. You can get AIDS from a blood transfusion.
Mm-hmm.
You can be born with AIDS from a parent. So it's not only to do with sexual people. And then he goes on to talk about I know that my homosexual fans are clean. They don't have HIV and AIDS. How would he know that? Like, how would he know that? So that's just to me. He's just talking out of his out of his anus, and he's just trying to save face, but he's actually burying himself deeper into a hole, and it's very clear. So the fact that these quote unquote artists are looked at as role models is my bigger problem, and the fact that people are choosing to support them no matter what is my problem. I'm not really a cancel culture kind of guy, but I think we all should have common sense. And if someone is putting out their content that you don't want to support, don't support it. It's simple as that. Just don't support it at all. And you hurt them by not being a contributor to their nonsense.
I agree. And it basically backs up what Breon has said earlier. I mean, it's just like, if you don't like it, don't buy it. If you don't agree with him, then don't contribute and invest in his merch and his music, go to his concerts, etc. I do not like the whole cancel culture thing. I think it's absolute trash, in my personal opinion. I think it's only necessary on certain occasions, when it's something that is completely inexcusable. When it's something that is jaw-dropping and mind-blowing type of controversy. But when it's somebody saying what they say, I mean, people talk. You know what I'm saying? People say all kinds of stupid stuff all the time. But when it comes to this situation and the fact that he is not saying like, hey, y'all, I love y'all. I love everybody. You know, my bad. Instead of him saying that, he goes off and just stays defiant on his remarks. Does not help him in his situation. So it goes back to that. Madeline, what are your thoughts on this?
Breon, I just have to say you are a breath of fresh air, and I totally agree about relieving your mind when it comes to leaving religion. No offense to everybody else out there. You know, I used to be Catholic. I was born Catholic. I was baptized Catholic. I grew up with a Jewish stepdad. And I'm from Houston, so I got to grow up with a whole bunch of different cultures, so I understand. But it is liberating to put those beliefs aside for a minute and just think with your brain and your heart and not somebody else's ideology. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not knocking the ideology, but form your own thoughts and opinions. Don't just go off of what your whole family's told you. Or you're you know, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Continue.
Oh, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
I'm too ADHD to carry on an actual full thought here. So
no, it's okay. It's okay. And you know, I know that opens up what you're saying is opening up a whole other can of worms, right?
Yeah.
That's beyond this talking point. But I do see your point. You know, I think that when it comes to this whole situation, I mean, I guess I would love for you guys to try to like, Brion, if you don't mind expanding on that thought.
Please, because I can't.
Expanding on which thought?
Well, what she was just saying about, religion, etc.
So I think, okay, so how it ended up, let me just first say how it ended up tying into this conversation is a conversation that the pioneer and I were having. And he was just talking about how stepping away from religion, and from what I gathered, not necessarily spirituality, opened up his mind. And so he was just commenting about the fact that, he was just commenting with the fact that he changed his perspective about the LGBTQ community when he left religion. So so that's how the conversation got tied in. So I'm sorry. I'm seeing something that he wrote in the in the chat, and I'm not sure what he means by Detroit slight East Coast accent because I live in Minnesota. So.
I don't know what that is either, but here it is. Let me just say something. Oh, and we do have somebody else on here. I'm gonna add them to the stream. Hello, Rebecca.
Oops, I'm so sorry. I dropped my phone. Hello.
It's okay. Hello, how you doing, Rebecca? Where you calling? Where you Skyping in from? Or I mean, whatever from, chatting from.
I'm good. I'm calling in from Hastings, UK.
Oh, right on. Right on. Thank you so much for jumping on.
No, it's a pleasure to be on. I've just been getting a bit disheartened by some of the comments in from Dababy and stuff in the chat. Like, I can't believe it's like 2021 and people are still being so ignorant about HIV and AIDS, and it's I just find that really difficult. Like, there's so much ignorance still around. I don't feel like there's any excuse for that.
Yeah.
The majority of the people in the chat are not being like that, but I don't know if it's Panda going under a different name or something, but he's
yeah.
It could be. If he's calling himself Conrad V, then it could be that it's Panda.
Yeah, that's Panda. But
sugar, I fall for it then.
but here's the thing, Rebecca. I totally understand what you're saying and where you're coming from. But at the same time, there are a lot of people out here, especially in. I'm gonna be real. It's not even just the religious type that are out here. There's the conservative folks that are out here that think this way, and there's a large majority of the Black community that feels this exact same way as well. What Dababy said out there, a lot of people in the Black community does support that, does say, yeah, you know what I mean? None of this.
Pascal.
But go ahead, Rebecca. What were you saying?
Yeah, that's so sad, Pascal. I mean, can you see any hope for it changing?
I do. I see a lot of change happening, but I'm that person who feels like the glass is half full.
Yeah, you're an optimist.
I'm always thinking that we are making changes, given the fact that all of us who are from all over the world, right, all over the country and all over the world right now are on the same panel right now having this conversation. And you actually asking that question shows that there is change happening. The fact that you even said that you want change, we're talking about it. I want change. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody else in here that's on screen right now is working towards some sort of change. So I think that if we did not have this open conversation, if we didn't bring this up, then change would never happen. But I do think things are happening for sure.
I've been missing this because I've been haven't been on your show for a few months now. I won't go into it, but I had a big hip surgery in April, and I've been kind of out of the loop. But there's so many great people in your chat saying great things, but then you get the occasional spanner in the works, and you think, oh my God, we've just gone back 200 years.
Of course. Welcome to the internet. You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be somebody who got to be a troll, who has to put out their own personal opinions about such and such. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of it's kind of inevitable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's us that are coming up and having these conversations and being open to have these conversations out loud and not be afraid of putting out our 2 cents like this right now. And I think that's the only way that change can really happen is if we have the open discussions. Because there's a lot of people out here that have very closed-minded ideas, that just need a little nudge in the right direction.
I totally agree with you. I think I'm probably a bit sort of gullible that, somebody will throw something into the chat that's like really kind of incendiary to me because it's, like the wrong stuff that people were believing in the 80s. And I just get like, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at dealing with that. It just gets me all fired up and unnecessary. Trying to be polite, but it's not always easy. Can I just ask you, Pascal, do you still have pineapple as your safe word?
Yes. Yes, I'd most definitely do.
Great. Well, I'll remember that then, and I'll hang on to that. Well, this has been a totally new experience for me. Thank you so much for having me on. I've never actually done this before. But
anytime, Rebecca, you know that you always have a place right here on the Pascal Show.
Oh, thank you so much. And you've got such wonderful contributors and moderators. It's a pleasure. We don't.
Thank you.
Sadly, we don't really have anything like this in England. I think we should.
Or I just come out to UK and have a great time with you guys. I mean, of course, within the
possibility
being lifted. Let's just say that. You know what I'm saying? Let's go have a ball up in the UK, shall we?
Oh yes, please. We need you. It's easing up a little. It's still a bit up in the air, but I don't see it going away anytime soon. But it is getting a little bit easier. But anyway.
Fingers crossed, right? Fingers crossed, right?
I think
Rebecca? I think she left. Rebecca?
she might have muted on accident, maybe.
No, I think she just disappeared. It's
Oh.
okay. Well, that was a delight, though. I
Sweet.
I appreciate her being on. We got another person on here. Cold as F. Let's see who this person is, shall we? What up, Cold? What up, Cold as F? What's up, man?
I've been watching your show for a moment. I actually came on like 3 different accounts occasionally. I've been watching your show for like 6 months.
Oh, thank you, man.
Oh, you're doing panels now, and I'm like, oh, well, is this something new? You want to start doing this?
First time ever, man. You know what I mean? Y'all part of this big old conversation orgy. You know what I'm saying? It's a great one. You know what I mean? But what are your thoughts on the stuff that we've discussed so far, bruh?
Man, it's stuff that people need to hear, especially like, you know, if it's coming like this one that's non-biased. You know what I'm saying? Like they know what the situation is, but like you give it to them to where you can make your own opinions and your own assumptions on what you think it could be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not like it's just like I'm just gonna control this narrative and have y'all think this way or this way. Like I'm gonna just say how it is. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
I like that.
Oh, I appreciate that, Cole. I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's not easy. I'll tell you that. It's not easy. And if I was just doing that whole echo chamber BS and just saying, oh, just everything on one side of the spectrum the entire time, maybe my subscriber base would be much larger than what it is right now. But I mean, that life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, especially too, man, because like, you know, I kind of quit doing YouTube because, man, like when I look at YouTube and the numbers and what you have to do to get the views, it's not about you know, being consistent and making content. No, that's not what it is. Because you can make a video about how to fix a car, but if you make a video about pushing the old lady down a flight of stairs, that's going to get you views, right?
Facts.
I don't know how that gets you views, but it does. So
it does.
It just really killed my motivation to honestly do YouTube at all. So I mainly just started watching people's videos.
Yeah.
And you know,
they're sick.
I want to see you grow mainly. You know what I mean? I want to see this page grow.
Wow, Cole, that means a lot. That really does mean a lot. I'll say this though, just a little bit something for yourself, okay? I would say this because it took a long time to build this page, this channel.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of ups and downs. Okay, it has not been easy. But one thing that I had to let go of was that exact thought that you have in your mind of, oh, if it's a woman getting pushed down the stairs, or if it's some crazy prank, or if it bleeds, it leads, right?
Right.
Yes, there are those videos out there. Yes, there are those channels out there that do very, very well, that explode overnight type of thing. But there's also the power of the voice, and the voice is everything. And if you have your own particular opinion about certain things, whether it be an echo chamber or be unique as F, right, Cole?
Right, that's a fact.
That's all that matters. So I wouldn't sit here and say give up. I wouldn't sit here and go, let me get away from this because it's BS because of this. In my personal opinion, I don't know you, okay?
Right.
And I mean this with all the love in my heart, but I feel like that is just an excuse that helps you lay your head on that pillow at night.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, right? Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like for YouTube, right?
Yeah.
See, nobody cares about who you are, right? They care about what you are. So you could be a good person, a nice person, but if you're not that guy, they're not going to look at you as that guy, right? Because you have to prove to the world that you're that guy. Nobody knows what real is. Real isn't the word anymore, right? Like no one looks at, oh, he's real. You know what I mean? He does this, he does that, he does that. No, we want to see what he can do to make us laugh or to make us entertain. So being real, like someone being real, like what the hell is that? Like, you know what I mean? Like me helping people.
Being yourself.
Who wants to see me go outside and help people and make content about it? Nobody.
I do. I mean, on some real stuff, I do. You know what I'm saying? I do. But and also I like to think that I of course I'm just saying this out loud for myself, and I'm talking about myself, but I feel like I'm pretty damn real. What you see is what you get, and even in these pop-up videos that I do, what I talk about is real, and what I think about is real, and my emotions are real. And maybe I'm one of the, you know, the exception to the rule of what you're thinking for, you know, YouTubers in general. But there needs to be more. That's all I'm trying to say, man. There needs to be more. So if you real, is you real, Cole? Is you real?
I mean,
You know,
I
if
try
you
my
real,
best. I try my best, you know, here and there. But sometimes, man, you know, look, I want to be fake. Like, you know how easy it is just to want to be fake, just to get some views, or just to feel like you're that guy. Like, I don't like it. It's hard for me to do that, but at the same time, I feel like I have to do that. So it's like, you know, like, forget all that real stuff, man. Quit trying to be loyal to people. Like, quit trying to show like the character who you really are outside. And when you get on here, just act like a bozo or be somebody that you're not. And man, it's hard for me to do that, man, consistently. So that's why YouTube ain't for me.
I feel you.
That's why it's not for me.
I feel you, man. And I mean, hey, you know, and that's, you know, to each their own. You know what I'm saying? Whatever works for you works for you. Whatever, you know, whatever your flow is, I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But I would just say, hey, you know, and I just say this out of love, man. You know, I just say don't throw it all away. You know what I'm saying? Because we need more real people. You know, we need more real personalities out there. You know, I've been lucky to find T and Brion and David. You know, and that's luck. And I just met T. I ain't never seen him in my damn life, and I just met him last week. On God. Okay,
it's crazy how this stuff happens, man. You know, you run into the right people at the right times, man. For real.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And it's all saying like, you know, if you're religious or God-fearing or whatever, you know, it's that whole thing of like God's trying to tell you something. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to push any religious whatever on anybody, but at the same time, the fate, God's whatever, the things, the particles that make matter, whatever it is that makes this world go round, you know, point you in that specific direction. And I've been lucky that way. You know what I'm saying? But that's because I was real, and that's why I continue to stay real. Right.
And that's why I continue to stay subscribed.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, man.
That's why I'm a member.
There you go. You know what I mean? Madeline,
a
member, you know what I'm saying? And which, of course, I really do appreciate that as well. So, I mean, you know, I just say, you know, like I said, I understand. YouTube ain't going nowhere anytime soon. So if you decide to circle back, which I highly recommend, come on back, give it a shot, have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, there's an audience out there wanting to listen to your voice. I guarantee you that.
I mean, I know there is. I know there is, you know, but the algorithm, you know, is doing what it got to do right now. So it's not my time. It's not my place. But at this point, you feel me? I'm just be a spectator. I'm going to sit in the bushes. But salute to you, Pascal. Salute to everybody on the show.
Appreciate you, man.
I'm going to go watch the bushes, man. So
okay. Hey, you stay up. All right, brother?
All right, man. You too.
All right, man. Peace. I appreciate the conversation. You know,
good.
Yeah, man. I mean, and this is, and I hate to say it like this or anything of that sort, but I mean, that kind of inspired me, you know, to say something. But first off, I want to say thank you to Jay, the comedian, for the $5 super chat. He said the caller is right, Pascal. If your show was about relationship advice, like Kevin Samuel, people will flood like the. Okay, can't finish that sentence, but I know what you mean. Woo! Well, you know, I'm gonna be real. You know, we're starting to venture into that realm. I'm not trying to take that man's spot. Let me just say that really quick. I am not trying to take that man's spot, but we are venturing down that route bit by bit. Okay. So Jay, the comedian, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Let me just say something really quick before I say anything else. I really like this program, this streaming program. It is really dope. I'm really enjoying this thing. I need to do it more often. Bruh.
I agree. I like it a lot. It's smooth.
Yeah.
It's smooth.
I like it.
The whole layout and, you know, the interactions, and I can actually read everything carefully.
Isn't it nice?
I'm blind, so I can see everything nice and clear.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. And then we could see everybody on the side when we're playing a video, etc. So that's really great too. Oh my gosh, we're moving up in the world, baby. Yeah.
Come on up.
Yeah, there you go, Madeline. Exactly. But what I was going to say is, I mean, obviously the conversation went a little bit, took a little detour when Cole came on. But, you know, shout out to Cole. I do appreciate that. I'll just say people need to have more belief in themselves and belief in their voices. I learned the very hard way. It was a long trip to figure things out and figure out what worked for me. And having the balls to get onto a microphone and actually have a conversation was the other thing that was very tough. So for those of y'all who do have YouTube channels, Mr. T, you know what I'm saying?
I'm just starting, man.
I know you're just getting started, but at the same time, hey, but that's the thing. That's the hardest part is just getting started. You know what I'm saying? So for those of y'all who are out here doing your thing, you know what I mean? Like I said, the voice is everything. And the conversations and the being a genuine human being is everything. And I think we're going to get to a point where people are tired of fake ass shit. Pardon my French, but I said it.
I can't wait for that.
You know, I think that we're getting to that place. And now people are really seeking real conversations, talking about the news, but real opinions, not just something that is some huge overseers telling them what to say and how to say it, putting out this particular narrative. So, I mean, to Cold and to every single person that does watch this show and has a YouTube channel or wants to feel inspired to do so, you just got to start talking. And that's it. Doesn't have to be perfect. You get better in time. You know what I'm saying? And then the audience will find you. And then they'll sit there and go, oh, I like it, what he says. Or a lot of this happens too. This happens to me too a lot, where they go, man, I love Pascal. 2 weeks later, F Pascal, I can't stand his ass. Unsubscribe. That happens a lot too. I'm just being real. They'll be like, oh, he's the nicest guy in the world. And then as soon as I say something that they do not agree with, I'm the worst human being on this planet. And it's okay. I ain't mad at nobody, baby. Everyone is entitled to their opinions. And I am entitled to mine as well. And that's okay. As soon as you get used to that, you just start cranking out the info. You start cranking out the videos and have a grand old time, you know?
You need to do it without ignorance too, or without some level of ignorance. You need to know what you're talking about. Like you, I'm pretty sure you do a lot of research before you hop on and start talking about certain things. Mm-hmm. So, you know, you inform yourself if you don't already know about it, and then you start getting into it.
Yep.
And that's the way it should be.
And I learned the hard way as well. In the very, very, very beginning, I learned the hard way of not being fully informed and then jumping on because I wanted to be one of the first because of views and everything, only to find out that I sounded like an idiot, saying the wrong stuff, talking about the wrong thing, not even looking, you know what I mean? Not even really reading the article, not even being fully vetted before I turned and pressed that record button. That was on me, but I learned that quickly. I learned that with the quickness. And I told myself I will never do that again. Then on top of that, I got a great, dope team, you know? And a lot of the info I'm getting is from all of you. Every last one of you guys in our Discord, in comments, in Instagram DMs, on the comment page, on YouTube, on the YouTube page. I'm getting all that stuff from all y'all asses. So it's important. It's important to have those things, you know. Without you guys, I ain't got nothing. Then on top of that, you know, I got a great team outside of just the family. T, David, Brion, you know, they come with the quickness. And here it is. The other thing too. I mean, David's my brain. I said it. David's my brain.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Without David, there are facts that I would never know. You know what I'm saying? But he'll be the one going, well, did you know? And I'm like, here we go, David. Come on, speak on it. Because I just love it. Because I know he's going to come in with the facts that we all need to hear. You know what I'm saying? And so it's all about that team, you know? But that wasn't there overnight, you know? That was I had many other co-hosts on the show. I went through a slew of different people. It's all about the journey, right? You know, you learn. You live and you learn. Another $5 super chat. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat from the Pioneer. He says, see, when your children feel free and comfortable to play with you like that, you can tell Mr. T is a great dad. That is a lie, the Pioneer. That's genuine and it can't be faked. That is all staged. Do you understand that?
Right.
He got those little Sour Patch Kids like sitting right next to him, being like, "You want some? Come over here and be a nice girl, nice daughter. We gotta act like I gotta act like a good dad on camera. This is all a lie, the Pioneer. It's all fabricated." But I do agree. Yes, Mr. T is a great dad.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it, bro. I'm not going to cry on live YouTube, but I appreciate it. It means a lot. Thank you.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Hi. Oh my gosh. Actually, you know what? I need to do an experiment really quick. I hope you don't mind, but I need to check something really quick. Because like I said, this is all still very, very new to me. This whole Thizang. So let me just check something really quick. Can you guys hear this?
Yes.
Can you hear the music?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you can. That's a great experiment. And it is the perfect time to say goodbye. Okay, guys, I want to say a big thank you. No. I just wanted to make sure it works because this is still new to me, baby. Come on, y'all. New to me. This is still new to me. Okay, I'm still figuring out this rig, and it's awesome. I love this rig. I love it. So I wanted to say, oh wow. Okay, I'm probably doing a quick pop up here in a second because something just dropped. I'll tell you guys later. So I wanted something big just happened within the Olympics. So anyway, I want to say a big thank you to T. Of course, I want to say a big thank you to Lady Justice. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I want to say a big thank you to Madeline for being on the show today. Wow, that was cool. That was hella cool.
Thank you.
Very, very cool.
Thank you for opening this up and obviously you did some research on a new platform to stream from, so this is pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, man. I've been wanting to do more like, oh, there we go. We got that too. That's cool. Right, I'm learning new stuff as we're going here, guys. But I've been wanting to so badly have opportunities for more panel conversations. You know what I'm saying? Everybody coming in, because we've been doing it as as members only shows. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm like, okay, I want to expand this. I want to open it up because there's so many big controversial pieces that have been popping off as of late. And I want to be able to have those open conversations, not only just with the guys during the morning show, but, you know, this is an opportunity during the evening time to open up the conversation, open up the lines, and chop it up. Talk about things. Wait a second. We have somebody here. Hold on. Okay, that's a lie. I lied. I'm not leaving yet. I'm going to stop that music because I lied. Somebody just jumped on, and we got to bring him on. We got to bring him on because it doesn't feel right.
I love when you lie. I love when you lie.
The Information Man Show. What is up, man? How you doing?
Hey, brother, I wanted to tell you something right now. And everybody on your panel, fantastic. Kudos to everybody in your chat room. I've been watching you from afar, brother. You've been covering stories that I've been covering as well. I appreciate your energy, your tenacity. If I'm not mistaken, you did an interview with Mr. 1950.
Yeah, last night.
I know that, brother. He's in the Sacramento area like I am. And I'm just letting you know, brother, I got to get you on my show. I got to interview you definitely because I like what you're doing over here. I like the energy and you touch on the hard cutting issues. And I'm that same type of brother as well that touched on those hard cutting issues. So keep doing what you're doing, brother. This was an opportunity that I could not take advantage of to be able to actually let you know my thoughts about your show, your audience, and what have you.
No, thank you, man. Well, I hate you too. No, I'm playing. I'm sorry. No. I really do appreciate that, man. Oh, There's a laugh track. Damn. See, I need some stuff like that, man. Damn it. Okay. But real talk. Love the layout, by the way. My God, that is slick. I just need to see this. Wow, that's cool. Damn, bro.
You got a cool layout too, my man. When you do your thing with your colors in the back too.
Yeah, not here. I mean, I'm out here in Miami right now, not in my studio. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my damn living room right now. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
Condo. It's fine. I mean, I'm cool with it. I'm not losing my mind over it. I love it. You know, it's nice to get away from the home and the studio and all that stuff. And you like purple too, so we got something. we got some things in common, so that's good.
Right, man.
But I appreciate you saying what you're saying, man. You know what I mean? And it's nice to see other Black commentators out here. You know what I'm saying? That it's hard. It's hard out here. I don't get to see and meet many other commentators out here doing their thing as well. So I appreciate you jumping on and chopping it up.
Let me just say this. I believe personally that commentators like yourself and many others, whether it be on YouTube, whatever medium that people are using, I think it's very important, because one of the things that's lacking when you look at mass media is that they don't always get our stories right. They don't always tell us the truth. And that's one of the themes of my show, telling the truth. And so it allows us, those of us that live on the ground level, that experience these sort of things, to be able to tell the story that the people can really relate to, because media pretty much puts things in a vacuum that fit a narrative that's good for their marketing strategies. So I think that what we do on YouTube, for example, is even more important. As you already know, a majority of people are getting their information from social media, people who do commentary like yourself and myself. Okay. What was it? About a month or two ago, they said that CNN was struggling to get 1 million people watching them. Don Lemon in prime time.
Yeah.
Because people are turning their eyeballs away from mainstream media, and they're looking at other sources, and they're looking at people on these kind of platforms who they feel have their best interests in mind, or at least those content creators that are on that level. Let me just stop there.
No, but that's very true. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we were saying earlier. So I totally agree with you. There are more and more people that are looking for those individual voices that are actually having real conversations and talking and telling the truth and speaking their truth, speaking their own opinions and saying what they need to say. Not because, like I said before, some higher up is telling them, you need to say it exactly like this because we need to sell a Coca-Cola. We need to sell a Pepsi. And it's like, no, man. No, let's talk about it. More and more people are avoiding CNN. More and more people are avoiding Fox News, MSNBC, those big higher news junkets, because they're seeing through the BS. They're seeing through it. You know what I'm saying? And also, like, talking about real quick, very, very quick, because I know it's going to open up a can of worms and I don't want to go down it right now, but it's just like the stuff that's going on in the 6th, the hearing that they just had this morning.
Right.
There are not many conversations being had about what those officers dealt with, and they're hearing their testimonies, their truths that came out, mind-blowing stuff. But you do not see a lot of media really talking about it. Yes, they put it out live in the hearing, but outside of that, people aren't really talking about it.
You're right about that.
You know what I'm saying? And there needs to be light shed on those conversations. Now, that's obviously something that we are talking about first thing tomorrow morning, of course, because it is some mind-blowing stuff, especially with one particular guard officer that spoke on his own recounting of the incidents that happened down there, with them throwing out racial slurs, etc., at him, who was protecting the people, the elected officials that are in that building. And it's mind-blowing. But the funny thing is you don't really see a lot of media really talking about it. I'm talking about mainstream. They're not really talking about it.
Well, let me say this, my dear brother.
Sure.
I don't want to rub anybody's feathers the wrong way, but I think the reason why they're not really emphasizing it as much is that you have to look at who were the main folks that were up there engaging in that behavior. If for example, I know people were jumping all over Black Lives Matter during the summer. even though you had people that were provocateurs out there that were creating some havoc. If certain groups were out there doing what they did on January the 6th, I think you would have a very different outcome. And you would definitely see more Republicans outraged if how can I say this? If the complexion of those that were involved in it looked more like me and you. I got to be honest.
Yep.
I'm not trying to alienate anybody, but I'm just saying you got to be honest about that. And that's one of the reasons why I think they're taking a slow walk with this. And the Republicans don't want the dirt to come out that could possibly indicate some of these folks that are up there in the Capitol who might have been complicit, in this whole act. So who knows, brother? But
who knows?
I don't want to take up your time. This is what I'm going to do. Is it okay if I contact you on the Instagram? I'm following you over there. Is that a better way?
Contact me on the IG, and that actually, this is a nice little shameless plug for everybody to throw out to everybody. Hey, if you haven't gotten the chance, please go follow me on my IG. It's the Pascal Show, one word. I also have Twitter. I don't use it as much, but I am trying to use it more. If you are on Twitter, go follow me on the Pascal Show, one word as well. We do have somebody else to jump on here. I'm going to drag this person in because, she's family. We got to bring her on really quick. Chris CCC is in the house. What's up, girl?
Hey guys, how are you?
Hey.
I hope you guys are enjoying your summer. I'm enjoying my summer. Mr. Pascal Show in Miami. Wow.
Oh, yeah. Where are you, by the way?
I'm in Delaware, so the beach and everything is literally in my backyard. Like an hour here, 30 minutes there, and I've been living the best life. So I hope everyone really is enjoying their summer.
You are beautiful.
Oh my gosh, Madeline Reed, you so famous. Hi, Brione, aka Brienne, Mr. T.
Hey. Yeah, man, the whole family's here. Real talk. I'll say this. Of course, I'm having a great time out here. You know what I mean? It's really fun. Traffic sucks, but it's really nice.
Wait, try going to Houston, okay?
Yo, have mercy. I heard Houston's a nightmare too. But I'm really having a really good time. People are very cool here. The beach is 2 seconds away. I got a lake right outside my window right here.
Now he's gonna brag.
Here we go.
I mean, I worked hard out here in these streets, man. You know what I mean? I worked hard for a year and a half.
Hard. You should enjoy your fruits of your labor.
That's all I'm saying. Exactly. I deserved it a little bit. Just a little bit.
You do.
You know what I mean? But of course, guys, I mean, I wish Chris CCC you came on earlier.
I know it's late.
We
Brielle
would
was
have been
telling me, and I'm like, dang, let me get on here real quick just to say hi to the fam.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate that. I really do appreciate it. But of course, unfortunately, it's time to wrap up the show. The Information Man Show, please definitely hit me up on IG. We'll link it up.
Definitely, brother. Y'all, everybody take care up here. You have a wonderful show, wonderful audience, and everybody on the panel. Take care.
Much love, man.
Thank you, all right.
And then to everybody, all y'all, Chris CC, thank you so much for jumping on at the last minute. Mr. T, Lady Justice, Madeline Reed, thank you all for coming on. I really, really do.
Oh, Mr. Pascal Show.
Yes.
A family is equal. A family is love. That's a family. We come in all different sizes and different kinds. Mr. Pascal Show, mine's just right for me.
Hey.
Mine's just right for me.
Yes. Yes. I love that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. And so, to everybody who's watching out here, I want to say a big thank you to all y'all for coming on, chopping it up, watching this, and being with us for the first time doing this. I love this rig. I think I need to do this more often. I'm going to try it tomorrow morning. I don't care. Not the panel, but just the rig to do the show, because this is pretty damn cool. But for those of y'all who haven't done it yet, hit that like button down below if you really did appreciate this video chat call conversation. Please don't be shy. Hit that like button and most definitely crush that subscribe button. Okay, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Okay, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves, be good to one another, and I'll see you guys soon. Much love. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Bye.